We continue with our live media day coverage from the Coors Events Center. College basketball just around the corner. Neill Woelk, CUBuffs.com. I'm voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson, talking some women's basketball right now. You know, we talked about the men's team with 8 newcomers. It has gotten lost a little bit. The women's team has got 8 newcomers as well. I think J.R. Payne needs a roster of practices, start the season.
I was looking at the roster, and it's certainly not like it was last year. Certainly a lot of newcomers, but, there are a couple of very good players coming back. She's got one senior in Zoe Corial, but, the center of this team is still going to be, the focus is going to be that perimeter game with Kennedy Leonard and Lexi Robinson.
Yeah, I think when you looked at what this team did a year ago, 17 wins, had a great start, tailed off a little bit in conference play. The Pac-12 conference of women's basketball might be the best conference in America.
Top to bottom, the Pac-12 is as tough as any conference in the nation, and they're in the Final Four every year. They have very good teams. The thing you like about the Pac-12 is it's going to be very balanced this year, and this guard-oriented offense that they're going to have, I think, is going to play well in that conference.
Well, in fact, let's segue into it. In college basketball, if you got a great point guard, you feel good about your team. Kennedy Leonard, we're going to invite her into the conversation here. Kennedy, come on in. Jump in between us here. Back for another year. First team All-Pac-12 a year ago. Talk about your offseason a little bit. What did you do to get ready for a new campaign?
This off-season, I just kind of got in the gym a lot, so just being able to shoot a ton of shots and then being around all the new players. Obviously, we have 8 new players, which is kind of weird. You look to your right and your left and you're like, oh, it's somebody new. But being able to kind of be around them and try to, mentor them. They've never been on a basketball court here at Colorado, so to be able to try to help them and be who they can look to, I think is bigger than basketball.
Coach called you our gym rat this morning, and I'll never forget, years ago I was talking to a player named Chris Mullen, who was an all-NBA player, just a great player, and I asked him the definition of a gym rat, and he said, you find a player in August, and if they don't have a suntan, they're a gym rat. And I'm looking at you, and Kennedy, you are the definition of a gym rat. Did you spend all summer in the gym?
Pretty much. I got to go home. We don't really get to go home a lot, so I got to go home and hang out with my family and my little puppy. So to be able to do that is, really relieving, especially going through the year. You don't get a ton of breaks or a ton of rest. So to be able to do that was fun. But I spend probably most of my hours in the gym. I go home and I sleep, or I jump in the pool after I work out, but that's about it.
Kennedy, you finished the year last year strong. You guys went to WNIT, went 3 games deep into the tournament. What are your goals this year?
I think our goals, first and foremost, are just to be the best that we can be. Reach our potential, I think, is the biggest thing. And then just, to have fun while doing it. A lot of times you kind of get stuck in not having fun or, just the grind of the season. So I think the biggest thing for all of us is to have fun, but at the same time just get better and continue to make each other better.
So with all the work you did during the offseason, you were all first team Pac-12 a year ago. Very good player. How do you think you're better now this season?
I think I'm older, so I think that always helps, experience. I just turned 21, so it's a milestone, I guess people say, but I think just being able to help, be a good mentor and a leader, I think is the biggest thing. Obviously, I've worked on my basketball, but I love basketball, so that's not something that I need to stress about. It's more just being able to be a leader for all the young kids and all the people who haven't been through it before.
Coach says they added some athleticism and some length on the wings. Do you see that out there this year?
Yeah, especially on our wings. You're running down the court with 6'3", 6'4" beside you, which you're only used to seeing in the post. So to have that size, beside you and on defense, especially getting in the lanes and stuff, I think, we're going to surprise some people.
Where do you think this team needs to take a step to kind of take that next level step in the Pac-12?
That's tough. I think, especially with all of us, all of us being new kind of and new to the system. Even the returners are only 2 years into the system, Coach Jay. So I think just be able to know your role and do it right and do it to the best of your ability every game, every practice. I think that'll take us to the next step.
All right. I know you're going to have a great year, but good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Go Buffs.
All right. That's Kennedy Leonard, point guard for the Colorado Buffaloes. Boy, she is a good one in the league, isn't she?
I tell you what, she makes a huge difference on this team. She can run the floor. She can shoot. She can play defense. She can rebound, and she just does a lot of different things for this team, and she's turning into a great team leader, and I think you'll see that a lot from her this year. She'll be directing that team out there.
She's got a pretty good running mate. In fact, we're going to bring Lexi Robinson. She's standing off camera here. Come on and jump in between us here. Running mate in the backcourt, and that's the strength of this team. How about your off season? How'd you get ready for the season?
Well, I mostly rehab my knee. I try to get it as strong as possible and try to get it back to where it was, and then add a little bit of strength to it from last year. So that's mostly how I spent my off season.
Years ago it took a year and a half to come back from an ACL. I think it's been not even 9 months. How did you do this that quickly?
Definitely with this amazing staff. I have to give them all credit. They really worked with me, and they gave me every every opportunity I needed to really push my knee and get it as healthy as possible.
How does it feel right now?
It feels really good right now. It's feeling really good. Feeling like a regular knee, like it never was hurt.
Yeah, all the newcomers on this team. I mean, you're not sure who you're throwing the ball to half the time, I would think.
Yeah, we have a lot of newcomers, but they're all great. They're all great players and great people.
You know, when I was talking to J.R. Payne here a little while ago, doing a segment for the TV show, and she was saying that Alexis great about coming and penetrating and dishing. She said a big player in there like Jamie Curtis, that's an awful nice big target for you to throw the ball to when you get yourself in the paint.
Oh, yeah, I like passing to James. She makes it easy for me, definitely.
JR said that they added a lot more athleticism and a lot more length, especially on the wings that year. Have you noticed that so far?
Definitely. We've added a lot more athleticism. We have 4 girls that can jump up and hang on the rim. So we're extremely athletic and extremely long, and that's really going to work to our advantage.
Where do you think this team needs to kind of take that next step to improve itself in Pac-12, which is hands down the best conference in college women's basketball?
Definitely just starting to play more cleaner and play together, and just being more fundamentally sound, definitely.
You think this team was, I think, -2, -3, maybe rebounding a year ago? Has that been an emphasis here in camp, being a better rebounding team?
Definitely. Rebounding is a huge thing for us. It's really big. Coach Jay and Coach T are really big on that because it's all about toughness, going to get a board and go up there and banging with the biggest of the biggest, or maybe the fastest of the fastest, It's all about toughness.
You've mentioned the word toughness now. I heard JR mention that 3 or 4 times. Are you guys a tougher team this year?
We're getting there. Eventually we will be, definitely. I mean, like we said, we have a lot of newcomers, and they're just getting built into the system, but definitely we'll be a really tough team.
Well, I know there's a lot of newness out there, but get ready. It's only about 3 weeks away.
It sure is. It sure is.
All right, Lexi, have a great season.
Thank you, you too.
All right, Lexi Robinson, one of the backcourt runners for the Colorado Buffaloes, along with Kennedy Leonard.
Tough.
Tough, undoubtedly. That's a great 1-2 punch on the backcourt.
Yes, it is. That's a terrific 1-2 punch. And it's like you said, college basketball. If you've got that perimeter game, if you've got those guards, that's a great start.
Well, the Colorado Buffaloes, they're about 3 weeks away from getting the season underway. Coaches never feel there's enough time. When I was talking with JR, she said, I wish we had more practice, but it'll be here before you know it. Last year they went to the Sweet 16 of the WNIT, looking to get back to the NCAA tournament. As we wrap things up live at Media Day for the CU women's basketball team, for Neill Woelk of CUBuffs.com, I'm voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. We'll talk to you next time.